So I want to thank Dr. Badri, my friend and comrade, all the learned teachers, the panelists. This is really, I would say, I'm not lucky, you are lucky in the sense. This one has been approved by uh, Global Innovators Organization. They're going to list in 180 countries. What I'm going to talk to you. One of the main things why whatever you introduced me, said about me, the reason for success is I don't start from top, I start from bottom. You understand? When you talk about, they said think globally. Somebody said act locally. I said do domestically. All good things begin with me from a home. Now, I want to share the PowerPoint because the time is limited. It's a very vast topic. I want to tell the students 100% we can reverse climate change. There's no, I appreciate all the speakers and all. Politicians will never cut down carbon emission. The reason being, they see next election. So the parents, I'll tell you who will reverse it. Only those who see next generation will do something. So, I learned this from, he said, I'm his guru, but my guru is Mahatma Gandhi. British colonial rulers hired ammunition, arms, weapons. But Gandhiji united people, showing a colonial, a common enemy, and they all were united. They gave their life and all, everything. So, there are so many common enemies. According to me, there are 300 common enemies, which is happening, wiping out humankind every split of second. But we are fighting within ourselves. So I take a designation to myself as oneness Messiah. Oneness. I don't have a difference with somebody or language or caste or color, anything, gender. If you look at my house, I can show you behind there's a church, it's a mosque. We have 10 temples of 10 faiths. We periodically conduct with the children prayers. Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Jain students all come, children Hindu, and they do prayer, and ultimately what happens is they go to the prayer fire and do a common prayer. So I think we should go to the other end. That's why Exnora, the people who are affected by filth and garbage, we started civic Exnora at every road, we started collecting garbage. Now I'll share the PowerPoint. I'm going to make it very simple because people get highly motivated and then they don't know what to do. Okay. So I'm going to give you so many things. You do start somewhere with something. That's how we can do that. When you do it with sincerity and you're able to make a striking difference, people will follow you automatically. Okay. Okay. So change, climate change. It's called people era. That's why I said, it all should begin with people. So the students, you are younger. You are much younger to my children. My daughter and son are in the late 40s. So you are going to live longer. So I first entrust this burden, responsibility, pleasant task to you. You should carry that. So I'm going to share with you all. I request my good friend Dr. Badri that there are 8 habitudes. Habitudes means habit coupled with attitudes. So it should begin with people. Everything, even freedom struggle, you take anything for that matter, it all begins from people with people. So I want to say that wars are happening. We can't afford to have even one war. The end, you ask me how we can stop war. Definitely we can stop war very easily. I'll go to my presentation quickly. So who will do that? I'll say first parents, because parents, they do so many things for the children. The child is born, they give mother breastfeeds, balam, then bhakti, then panbu means good qualities, then padai, padipu, then paisa, then padavi, all they do. But the most important is paryavaran. They don't do that because they think it's somebody's responsibility. So parent. Second, children. So I put it progeny because I wanted somehow, I became over a period of time a wordsmith. So all peace. The third one, pupils. You are pupils, you are there. Then pedagogue. The teacher, there's another name called pedagogue. Programmers. Through computer, you can spread, just sitting, just tap and tap. You have to tap your mobile. And then preachers. When I say preachers, Christian, Muslim, Hindu, all preachers. So people go to temple, so preachers. and then professionals. The world is full of professionals and producers, manufacturers, then come people, then come politicians. You will see politicians come under last. What our friend Krida has been doing was asking politicians. That's where, she is very great. But what I want to tell you should begin with what you call people. People means, I told you, parents. From there it goes on. And politician, I told you, parents think of next generation, politicians think of next election. So suppose Nirmal were to be a politician, I'll also be same. Because I must win next election. The further I must create more job opportunities, burn more coal and all. But if you ask me, what about jobs are there. It's called adaptation. You have to switch over to renewable source of energy. I'll go quickly. So even the politician happens to be a statesman, better it started by people. Because now you will say, if we don't want war, if suppose Indian government says we don't want war, then it will be war against India. So you should start with people. And at the end, to ask me, definitely we can stop any war. The students say, who are here with you, we can start any war. The first habitude is called TAR. Because this idea has been appreciated for so many reasons. Who will do that? It's a wrong notion. Governments will do. Government will join. Because politician will join ultimately, because politician is scared of only one thing called vote bank. I told you 9 category. When the 9 category means 99.9% of vote bank is there, the politician will automatically listen to that. That's why I put politician last. TAR. So 8 habitudes. We are tearing up. Tearing down a building, tearing up a road. Actually, we are tearing the planet now. War tears down buildings. See the war we are seeing now in Ukraine. How many buildings, how much efforts I would have been to put it. Tears apart trees, tears forests, tears down homes. So the plan, but we are ultimately what is happening, we are tearing up only. So the tear itself, there are so many words, I'm not going into actually. So the tear, who all does this? Who all tear the planet? This also I'll go very fast because I believe that we are going to work with you and I will do that. So, so type 1 is war, civil wars, extremism, terrorism, and all. We can't afford this. The planet future hangs the balance. The time bomb is ticking away. So those days, every 10 years, we'll have a natural calamity. Every day we read a natural calamity. So we are in the 11th hour. So type 2 is greenhouse gas emissions. Is done by nations and people. I'm not again getting into detail because this will take, all of that, what all we do. I'll tell you as people, what you can do is consumerism. And we keep on consuming like the white ants, we eat, plant will get exhausted. Then ostentation. And then we are not important thing I'm going to tell you, how many of you love it or like it, modifying eating choices. So it's I'm not telling 1,700 scientists of IPCC said that we have to change our eating habit. Then renewable energy. So we have to do renewable and we should use more renewable source of energy, not monitoring regulating vehicle exhaust pollution, and not adopting family planning. I think this all people end. That's all I'm telling you. Greenhouse gases, the enemy of the planet. So we should do that. Then destructive developmental activities in view of sustainable development activities. Type 3. So whatever the government does, I saw a beautiful video where they laid a road in a forest without cutting down in one tree. So we should do like that. And hereafter, we should not cut down even 1 square kilometer of forest. So people convert forest land into farmland into housing sites. So I think it's very going beyond. So then, who all tear up the planet our only home? I told you wars, civil wars, and all I told you, the emission of greenhouse gases, various kinds of nations. And then, again, same thing, I do people with non-eco-friendly habitudes, doing destructive development, sustainable development. So wars, I'm not going to tell you the kinds of wars, you know that. The war is happening every moment, everywhere. And then this all, I'll skip over it. I told you already that as people, you are consumerism. So consumerism, I'll tell you how you can consume less, ostentation, not changing eating habits. And how many of you know about it? Not using renewable energy, but increasing the use of fossil fuel, not regulating the, what you call, your exhaust pollution, not adopting family planning. This is all I told you again. And the sustainable development, this is a forest for roads, housing industries, conversion of fertile farmlands as industrial housing sites, roads, sacrificing water bodies for industrial housing, road development, excessive river sand mining, making it lose its water retention capacity, environment impacts in quarry mining, so not practicing zero waste management, and going red in the name of going green. But the point is, I never agreed to attend any meeting, because the meeting, even tree planting and all they do, the meeting itself causes so much air pollution. I attended a Copenhagen climate change conference. It was a total failure. 200 leaders came, and 20,000 people attended the conference. And it was, but it's a winter. It's a winter, and they have to hit the huge hall. I think it will be off of Trichy. But the point was that I was worried. The conference was reducing carbon emission, but conference itself caused so much emission. So we are pennywise pound foolish. So I think I told you about, I think I'll give the answer for this, because the 8 habitudes have to go. So whenever you say climate change, people say that how it will affect me. It's happening, they think it's happening somewhere else. You have to tell them also they're affected by pollution, locally pollution, globally climate change. You have to tell them. I told you about this emissions. This all I'm not repeating it, but it's all PowerPoint presentation. That's why it goes like that. Okay, now the answer part of it, consumerism, we have developed a module as well as answer, because I'm giving also the answer. It's not just pointing out the problem, principled simplicity. In fact, I would say I'm very happy about my wife, and I am also, because of inspiration I got from her. She was director of Madras Medical College, and until she retired, she used public transport. She went by bus and came back by bus, and I also do that. So we lead a very simple life. So we can't, get into extravagance. So the ostentation, again, the answer is they're not changing eating habits. So it comes under fear. You will see that really, even 5 of you say that you're going to change your eating habit, because it has been found beyond doubt that the major cause for climate change is not the industrial pollution or automobile pollution as we think, our eating habits. I'll come to you, not regularly reducing. So we have travel simplicity. What is travel simplicity means? You go, about it. I'll come again detail. We don't have waste management, practice zero waste. Exnora was the one who started in India. We filed a case, Supreme Court 94, that became MSW rules 96. So we coined slogans like waste is not waste until it's wasted. It's not waste management, wealth management. Don't transfer waste, transform waste and all. By managing waste, not only we are doing conservation, we'll getting job opportunities to many people. So going red in the name of going green. Again, I told you, we have called forest, Amazon, my backyard. So I'm very happy to inform here. I want to record my successor, Sendur Pari, is the president. I gave the mantle to him, but normally we always feel that we do better. But I want to acknowledge openly, he's doing 10 times, 100 times better than me. He's planting 1,000 trees per day. I think if you can clap and appreciate him, the president. Number 2, Amazon, my backyard, is the idea I gave, because your lunch should be with you. Okay. And global lunch cannot be in Brazil, what you call Amazon forest. They are cutting, they got their own interest. So Amazon can be there. He has created, to my knowledge, about 34 Amazon, my backyard in Chennai and many parts of Tamil Nadu. We got so much space. That means there will be, your oxygen. You start this. I'm giving you projects. Just not attending a conference and all. Zero waste management. Do that. Amazon, my backyard means somewhere near you. And Chennai, we found people are all this was writing. Chennai is losing forest cover. We got nearly about 35% land where we can do tree planting. We have identified. We have mapped it. So I'm going to tell you the forest and both. And then what you call this all come later. I'll go to the next one. So fair. So I completed TAR. So we should stop tearing. Why are you calling the word habitudes? The word is in the dictionary. Habit through attitude, your attitude, positive attitude. Okay. Now fair. What is fair? The teachers are there. I'll show the picture, you will understand. Recycling is good. When you recycle, send for recycling the waste and stuff, just discarding. Recycling is really good. But recycling is not good when you become responsible for generation of more waste and the product stuff, it's recyclable. See, some people go when they see the shop, they see when they recycle, immediately they buy it. It's very, very bad. You know, I want to tell you, if you see this, the entire percentage on recycling, which I'm not going to do now, you will not vote for recycling at all, because recycling causes more pollution. So fair, recycling is only fair. First we add what you call tar, second is fair. You know, one of the beauty is all sound same. The words all same. So the teacher says excellent, very good, good, fair. Totally fair. Recycling. It's not poor, but fair. Okay. Now you can see the pollution is more when you recycle it, because it can, you know, any product you recycle already it has chemical components, and the pollution is more, it exhausts more natural resources. So I'm giving you what you call. So important thing for you, I'll tell you quickly. Suppose you want to buy something in a shop, ask yourself some questions. Do I need it? Do I need it? Do I want it? Do I want it? You get yes, it's dangerous. No means good. Yes means go to second question. Do I need it? Need means it fills some, you know, some requirement. So need, if you get yes, dangerous, go to the that question. Can I afford it? Can I afford it? You should not buy through credit card. Then can I be without it? So most of the things you buy, you can be without it. See, for me, now I am so old, my wife is needed. You know, that's all. What else I need? I need 3 meals a day, that's all. So, and then comes what you call, I told you that first is want, need, and then what you call, can I afford it? Can be without it? Then fifth question is, can I postpone buying it? If you postpone buying it, I promise you will never buy. So buying is free. The TV advertisements are all aimed to program your subconscious, subliminal. I told you about recycling, fair. I go to the next one, fear. This is something very, very, very controversial, but I must tell you, really, okay? Fear. I don't know what do you understand by that fear. Fear is you must fear for eating meat and beef, okay? Meat and beef. Probably the animals must have been praying, God, why we serve humankind, why you kill us mercilessly. But now, Britain, you look Google for it. Many universities banned serving of beef. Okay, it's banned because you will see that the beef, rearing beef causes more. I mean, these animals cause more pollution than industries or transport. So climate is killing the planet and these animals. So what are we? The best is to fight it, use less coal and eat less meal. This is according to 90 of the world's leading climate scientists. They have released a new report compiled from 6 scientific papers. The report predicts drought, storms, bushfires, coral bleaching will continue to occur at record-breaking levels unless our reliance on fossil fuel industry and the amount of meat we eat, okay, so you understand that, are both drastically reduced starting now. So I'm giving all very, very long presentation. Each one has got 20, 24 PowerPoint. I taken culled out only 3 or 4, just half an hour before the meeting when I did it. So first is vegan. In fact, I want to say that, you know, if myself, I all follow Vallara, so we don't kill even an insect, okay? And I'm like a Jain, okay? But my problem was when I go abroad, particularly Germany and all, we don't find vegetarian food. And what is vegetarianism is not, they don't understand it. But believe it or not, Frankfurt has got some 200 vegan restaurants. Vegan means they don't allow even what you call milk or curd or anything. And vegans, it's a kind of becoming a cult. They're becoming very strong. Vegans as all races, even boxers, they all have. And only one point I want to tell you, eating brinjal, tomato, and eating meat are not same, okay? Are not same. This all, you know, God's given, Jnanodaya. You know, when somebody said, you're eating brinjal, why not we eat also meat, mutton? The point is, this is called nociceptor, a neuron, or if you don't understand the word, receptor. All the animals, humans have receptor, not plants. Receptor, this neuron receives the pain, sends to brain and gives a feedback what one should do. But more than that, this, you know, animals, the size of animal, the pain is more. The pain is more. And you should understand that it pains. You have to empathize. I did a demonstration with the children, 5 children. I gave them 5 apples. Asked them to cut it. They did it. Actually, the children all eat non-vegetarian. Then I gave them, you know, animal, smaller bird. They said, no, we can't do that. They say we can eat when it comes. But the point is empathy, the pain. So the animals, the plants don't have pain or brain. And more than all these things, this has been measured. The love for child, mother has love for child. A cow has more love than 100 times more love for its child than what we have. So you should understand. So the motherliness is there among all animals. The motherliness extends to other animals also. So vegan, vegan is organization. Veg is vegetarian. So you want to eat, now they prepare meat, the lab. Then pescatarian means this all, I don't want to go in length. I don't want to even propagate this, eating fish and all. There are, last is meatitarian. You can eat meat, but I'm giving you, and even if you eat meat, cut down the take of meat. I don't want you to change over, okay? But I convert, like people convert religion. I convert, when I give a speech and the podium, at least 10% of people get converted. So vegan, and veg. These are the eating meeting. And people are under the impression that you don't have varieties. So I found out that 380 lakhs varieties are there in vegetarian food. Number two, it has the protein, everything. If you can't eat meat, how I'll be strong. How what meat an horse or elephant eats? They're stronger. So it's all. See, at 78, I'm 50 years diabetic and I had corona 3 years, but I'm healthy because I've been following these food habits, very important. And one point, unique selling point I want to tell you, because it's all I'm not talking telling you because of this my pet subject, not that climate change, okay, climate change. But you take the best 100 brains of the world, like Thomas Alva Edison, Isaac Newton, Bertrand Russell, Bernard Shaw, all these people, including Abdul Kalam, the best brains, they were very staunch vegetarians, okay, veg. Then we go to the third habitude, bear. You must see that, when I say I, kindly remove I, is all, I'm being possessed by the higher level, higher conscience. I would say like that only. If you say Lord Shiva, I create a division between you. That's why I have all the faiths in my house. All the faiths are there. And we do that. We promote. Because I say only segregate garbage, not human beings. Don't say Brahmin, Dalit, Chettiar, Naidu. In fact, we have done, my daughter and son, all my family, relatives, all Jadi Marupu Thiruman. They all have done intercaste marriage. In fact, my daughter's married in an Anglo-Indian. Okay. So bear. Bear means the Mother Earth bears us. So we should bear Mother Earth. How? Now, if you don't bear Mother Earth won't bear you. It's as simple as it. How bear? Normally it's interactive session, but I don't have time. Bear means renewable source of energy, solar power, wind power. See, I feel very ashamed of ourselves. The thing is, Germany has 6 to 7 months only sunlight. They harvest maximum sunlight. We have all the almost 11 months we have. Why we are all dark, so much of sunlight, but we do very less of it. Okay, that's why I told you, whichever way you do it, we in house we have a natural wind, natural light all coming. We have also solar panel. So I'm not reading this. Many speakers have told you about it. Then comes care. How much time left actually? Okay, Badri.
Yes, sir. Maybe another 10-15 minutes, sir.
Okay. Care. So the care is the most beautiful thing. And when I go and address children, schools, State Bank school and all, they are excited about it. What is care? Is very important. We are in a use and throw society. Use and throw. I'll tell you. Use and throw only, not only products. I used to walk in a park. I used to see a boy and girl very in close proximity. One day the girl was crying. I said, "What is that?" He has used and thrown me, uncle. Use and throw society. So we all, everything use and throw. Right? From a ballpoint, even a syringe, everything use and throw. Then Mother Earth will throw us out. That's why Mother Earth is angry against us through the way of tsunami and all. And I want to tell you, people of Tamil Nadu, we are very, very vulnerable for tsunami, because how the tsunami occurs, I am telling you from common sense point of view, the Antarctic and all melts, again it freezes, but a part of water is retained in the sea, and the water level is more, the weight is more for the surface beneath it. And near Indonesia and Andaman, the Indian Ocean is very low, at lower point. There, the tectonic plates are, hitting against each other. The place weight is more. That means we have more chance of earthquake, and 1 out of 3 earthquake will lead to tsunami. So now we should not talk about reversing climate change and all. How we survive, like Japanese. It's called adaptation. Nobody, even the tsunami, corona, nobody spoke about adaptation. Adaptation we know. When we get ammai, we are adapted ourselves. It's all not new to us. Care. Care means instead of throwing a thing out, which I used it already, why not think and give a new avatar to it? So I got some 1,000 pictures. I've done myself hundreds, but I'm not going to show all everything. Care means the product can be better use. That's all. You don't need to throw it. When you throw it, it adds to the municipal garbage stream. So why don't you give a new avatar to it? And like that, the most important thing, kindly look at me. This is left brain. I told you I'm a wordsmith. Logic. This is right side, magic. Logic, magic. I continued from 7th sense. In fact, I was kind of a school drop. I scored very less mark as a clerk. I was not confirmed to service. As a newspaper boy, everything I could reverse because I used a treasure, God's given treasure. The treasure is not, you should not find beneath the surface. It is your brain. It comes with you. Whether it's not a top computer. Whether like it or not, it comes always with you. Who didn't use it? Actually, a person who scored only 40% who was not confirmed to service the bank as a clerk, how could I win all the awards? Because I found one of the important things is incidentally really political. It's against need because it's in a government school. It had very less teachers, very less lab or classroom. But very long time I was thinking, I was created to be used. I'm a fool or dunce, dull-headed dud. But later realized I didn't have a good foundation. That's all. So I picked up. I want to tell you, not to brag, in nearly 20 fields, I got the best person award. In the field of environment or social service. Rotary said one of the 6 pathfinders of India. It is Euro for today. India today said the angel of change. So everywhere, wherever I lost, I loved photography. My father would never give me a camera. I got the best photography award from Kumudam. Okay. And best writer from Kalanjar, Savi. I was selling newspaper. I want to tell you this newspaper share with children who commit suicide. Just drop of feather. If you should have committed suicide, I should have done 100 times because so much of failures. So when you go back the home today, from a dictionary, remove the word problem and make it gift. Nirmal is talking with you. I'm talking international forum. I'm going to address common soon. All these things happen because the problems I faced. The father, grandfather gave me the property which they lost. I would not have been today talking with you. The problems are gifts. Okay. And remove one word permanently. Hate. Never have hate. Okay. I'll go to care. So when you say recycling, there are different kinds. Upcycle. That's what I am interested in. Downcycling means, the plastic podum you would have seen. It became very dark and all because they keep on recycling. Look at the women who take water from it. It's called downcycling, recycling. Free cycling means, what is free cycling? This we do it. Your old, the things which you are not using again. Not old, even usable things. Your dress or any, we had a Veena. In our family, we have a policy of employing only Dalit as our staff. Even cook and also. So that we gave a daughter, a Veena, my daughter. So that she became very good in Veena. She is Dalit. She became very good. Free cycling means when instead of throwing or selling to somebody, why don't you give to somebody? And they'll be turning part of the life. Then e-cycling, pre-cycling. There's some more cycling. Cycling. Actually, it's all, I know no time. Pre-cycling means you think before you buy. I told you, the 6 questions. 6 questions. Do you need it, want it? Pre-cycle it. Pre-cycle means you do it in mind, then you won't buy. So I'm giving you all practical tips. Okay. Now you will go it. So the English beauty is any word starting with RE is good for us from the point of view of change climate. Recycle, repair, restore, rebuild, recharge, renovate, recondition, restore, refill, reuse. There are 100 words. But I want to ask you, today itself, I share my mobile number 98400344900. What you do is do something beginning with RE today. It's a challenge for you. Okay, if you, Dr. Badri agrees, your university agrees, we will partner with you. We will take it to Commonwealth. You take it because, I'm not interested. I don't want any award. All the awards I recycle. I don't also want introduction and all. Okay. So the RE, you can see how beautiful it is. RE is good. So go to dictionary and make a research. Already I told you about it. And then, okay, cycling means, you put in your mind actually. Pre-cycling, reuse, free cycle, upcycle. There are different kinds. So upcycling means reuse discarded object material such a way as to create a product of higher quality or value than the original, called upcycling. Upcycle, you all start today itself. You are going to see some example how a piano is became a bookshelf. A old, you will see Google, you will see hundreds. Telephone become a Benz car became a cart. And then you can see so many models where the bicycle became a mirror stand. In Exmora, we give award to people who do upcycling. Look at this. This is Slum Dwellers. We have Slum Awesome program. We have a student, you go and develop one slum. The end, you will develop into a leader. We are badly in need of leaders. So say abandoned milk booth. So you can see how bad it is and all. They made a library. Students made a library. So, and one upcycling I want to share with you is that I went to a person working in the airport, and he constructed a house where there's no space to construct a staircase. The moment he told the airport, it rang bell. I said, come on, go to the airport. Then, we got one, bought one abandoned the staircase of a plane. So the plane, it got and sat pretty in his house. It's going to, it will never have a death. It don't, so upcycling, don't forget it. So let us talk about what you and me do. Government will follow you. If you do it, say, extra example is what we did is, I didn't know Hindi, Clean India. That became now, our Prime Minister is doing it. This done by somewhere very near Trichy. Students used the water can for, this came in the, what you call Facebook. I took it. See, look at, so the important aspect of you doing this upcycling is, it activates your right brain. You become creative. One day you'll become a GD Naidu. Okay, that's all I want to say. 5 Punjab school boys build a stench-free toilets. Upcycling, don't forget. This all make it project. So I'm giving you all examples. There's a person mechanic, car mechanic, and his brother was having a horse cart. And this person had a lot of car seats abandoned. He said, why don't you use my car seat? Then you'll have advantage over other people who are in this transporting. So upcycling, you are seeing picture. I got more than some collected this all. So, okay, I think we are well on time. I told you only cure. Cure is something which I love most. And before I forget, I want you discourage a particular thing in life. And in Trichy or wherever you are there, park. We have park. Park, where people all love. Park, what we love most is the lawn. But lawn is not good for environment. Kindly remember. So in a park, we have only trees, because trees, you remove trees and develop park. Lawn, always it needs a lot of water, and water has already some what you call toxic elements, so it produces groundwater, and it eliminates a lot of living species growing lawn, and maintenance costs a lot. So park, time has come. If you want to have grass, you can have shade grass beneath the tree, but park should have only trees. Okay. So cure means everybody innovates for our comfort, but Mother Earth is not feeling comfortable. So we need to, whatever innovation you make from today, take a vow. Whatever innovation, what is in the TV, it gets carbon footprint. I kind of word, oxygen footprints. So what I do is we create oxygen footprint, cure. So cure is, I told you, for a comfort innovation, all do comfort. So the environmental illness comes. So we need to create oxygen footprints to compensate the carbon footprints created by comfort innovation. Okay, finally, pure. What is pure? This is something very, you won't believe that. I don't want to say I got it, because there's an article called Innovator Public USA. They selected me as innovator. They gave me a lot of money. Actually, I want to tell you, my teacher told when I was a student 2 things. Your English is rubbish, and 2, your brain must have raw clay, Kaliman. Okay. But I got Innovator Award, a very handsome cash prize. I got it in 1990. The same organization founder called me 3-4 years ago. Nirmal, I got 10,000 innovators throughout the world, but you are the one, I like, because you came from nothing. From zero, you became hero. You told, you must do. Immediately, the moment he asked, I said, should I do? Next day morning, I get up and I started whatever you see, the 8 words. What I told you, TAR, FAR, okay, and then FAR. I think I forgot it, FAR. FARE, FAR, I forgot it. I want to tell you what is FAR. First is TAR. We are tearing of the planet. Then FAR. You score less mark on FAR. I mean, you should not recycle. FAR. The third FAR is travel simplicity. That one is escaped. Sorry. What is travel simplicity? I told you about my wife also. Wife will always say there's a bus available before my flat and it goes to GH. Why should I go by a car? Why should I use a car? So travel simplicity. FAR. The FAR includes also tariff for goods transport and all. In USA, there's a project called under 100 kilometers only they'll buy. They will not buy goods making long travel. Long travel means bigger carbon footprint. So I'm giving you all input. You should program it in your mind. You should know what you should do, what you should not do. Okay. Even you don't need to stop eating meat, but other things you can do. All I leave it to you. So this FAR, I think he left it FAR, FARE, FAR. And then I told you CAR. CAR means BAR means renewable source of energy. And then I told you about CARE, give you a new avatar to it, CURE. Everybody does. So if I were to say about another CURE, what I have done is now the flat itself, I had 1,700 plants inside. People are telling it's highly polluted area in Chennai. This is they converted it to concrete jungle and all. It's a fact. But my flat was pollution control kept a mission said there's no pollution inside my flat. Outside it was there. So there's a will, there's way. So we kept plants around. It's a jungle, you were restricted by monkey, myna, many birds and all. So nature was recreated here in my flat. So that's what about so greening. So wherever that CURE, I wanted to give a bit more elaboration. The Badri, kindly remind me before we wind up. I must throw the tree challenge again.
Next 5 minutes,
challenge.
5 minutes.
Okay. So I'll tell you about it and then we'll conclude. Pure means I'll share a quote. This quote is the best quote occurred to me, the best in my life. Okay, you only remember this: waste natural resources by using them up, and waste human resources by not using it. இயற்கை கனிவளங்களை பயன்படுத்தி இருக்கிறோம், மனித வளத்தை பயன்படுத்துகிறோம். When I suppose you take a bath means includes head. Head. What you do? How do you dry? People say I use a dryer. But I say use your hand. When you use your hand, exercise for hand, acupressure of palm, massage for head. You can do for your brother or sister. She or he can do for you. So like this, okay? Why should you use a dryer? If you use a dryer, it costs money, causing climate change, may cause headache, hair may fall, may get a shock as well. So we are not going the right path. I call Om Gym. Om Gym is pure. Om Gym means go to Ulta, okay? Agar ye you not, do hand grinding. But what I'm telling you, many things, instead of going a treadmill, you can walk. Instead of climbing going to lift, you can use the staircase. You don't need to go to a gym. So in my house, I practice home gym. When I had the gardening, it was equal to doing meditation, yoga, exercise, all, because everything, rolled into one. So I told you about pure. So pure, there are hundreds of examples for pure, but want of time, I'm not going to tell you about it. So I think here I want to say this I rushed through. Okay. In fact, I prepared this 30 minutes ago because it had each presentation will take 1 hour time. So what I'm going to do, going to tie up with the college with Dr. Badri and going to share. You have to form into small Exnora groups. Each group will take FAR, fear, TAR, BAR. They can do value additions to it. That's what they should do it. So I conclude my talk with an Exnora tree challenge. And I also want you to take one oath, okay? One oath, okay? I told you it's people era. See, it will be embarrassment for government to tell another government don't war and all. We can't have a war anymore. War is it tilt the balance, okay? So what you do, you all keep your hand like this. What you should do, you have to keep your hand and say, you think, first you say, I owe allegiance to my nation and I respect my country. In the name of my country, my God, Jesus, Allah, Shiva, I promise I will not buy goods of a nation which indulges in war, okay, which spends money on buying arms and ammunition. The whole college, you take this. I'll tell you, the people power, you spread it. You have to say, I promise that I will not buy goods. You don't name a country. It will lead to a lot of controversies. I'll tell you, the countries which are bothering India, they will keep silent because we buy, we are the buyers. Nobody can slap a buyer and make buyer to buy the goods. So we have to say that we will not buy, we blacklist and boycott the goods and service of nation, which builds army. And, it's quite interested in wars. Okay. Last thing is exploratory challenge. This challenge we started thanks to Dr. Badri, a lot of students. I really love these kids. So fascinating. One boy came with parai. I want to say I have 5 lakhs parayer, my fans. Okay. I call myself Nirmal Parayer because, okay. Now, exploratory challenge. Exploratory challenge is you plant a tree. You can say SHASTRA exploratory challenge. What you do, you plant a tree. Today, people don't do anything. They say, what is in it for me? What is in it for me? They should have something. So they don't want to do, the ice bucket challenge at all. This all causing more global warming. You freeze the water into ice and then don't do that. What you do, you plant a tree and then entertain the tree by a song. You can sing a song. If you can't sing a song, you can hum or you can whistle. Okay, you can play an instrument or you can dance or you can do a tree prayer. There are, I leave the other options. School girl, one girl, a college girl, she wrote a poem. That all I have a video. You can search for Shastra. They have done marvel. I think I clap my hand for the children. So what you do, Badri, this 18, I think 130 or 140 students are there. They were 112. Let them all put in the chat box. Nirmal sir, accept the challenge. Shastra exploratory challenge. They have to plant a tree. Don't ask me how to plant a tree. Plant will grow. Plant needs water only 3 to 4 months. Then it finds water itself. You plant a tree, entertain it. Step number 2 is entertain it. You had a mobile. Thank God you have a mobile. Record it. You are planting the tree and then as well as you're watering it, protecting it. And then you throw challenge to 5 people. And you can challenge even Prime Minister or CM. And they may jolly well come to you. You go ask a local TV channel. I am challenging the CM. Honorable Mukha Stalin. I am challenging Narendra Modi. Anybody, any singer. They will all, children, when you ask, suppose I ask, they may not do. Children ask, they will do that. You do that. So you entertain it, record it, and then send this through WhatsApp. And it also send me a copy. I got 39,000 mobile WhatsApp. I didn't add it. People all added it. I gave you my number. So what you do a tree challenge. Shastra Explore tree challenge is declared. You go and plant a tree because you can keep on talking. That's why I said the responsibility begins with me in my home. You start immediately, you plant a tree of your choice and water it, entertain it, and then throw the challenge to 5 people and tell them to repeat the same steps. Thank you. Thanks. I think I was hurrying up. Sorry, that's a very vast subject. The problem is very big, but I think I sensitized to you. That's enough. You are children. You are highly creative. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. So, audience, the student participants and faculty, would you like to ask any question to Mr. Nirmal sir? You can take another 10 minutes maximum for completing the Q&A, and then we'll close the day 1 session. I know some of you have to travel from the university to your houses, so I don't want to delay you. Yes. Lalita, somebody want to ask, I think. I see the chat box.
Ms. Gayatri, please read the questions from the chat box.
Can you read? Anyone can read also.
Gayatri, are you there? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, but they are asking about the feedback format.
Oh, feedback form for attendance purpose for this.
Yeah, that is okay. But any other questions?
Any other questions?
In case you have no question, 2 or 3 of you can say what you are going to do.
Yeah.
Suppose you might have been fully convinced, but what are you going to do? Tell me, please. Oh, no, you heard me. You are all future leaders. 112 people are there, participants, including teachers. 1 or 2 of you say what you plan from these. How you want to spread it.
What currently you are doing, currently you are practicing also, you can share your best practices, which we all can learn also. What is your current contribution to the environmental protection? What you are doing. So for example, as Sir has said, I recently went last year to hand over the invitation for my son's wedding. As he rightly said, he has created a mini park in the 13th floor of his apartment. He has 2-3 flats in the 13th floor. And I saw the entire floor was completely like a garden, right from the door, balcony, window, everywhere. As he said, he was attracting birds and insects, everything like up to monkey to his house. So he has created a park in his 13th floor of the, whomever gets opportunity, I don't know whether without permission of sir, I can tell. Coimbatore bus stand opposite la தான் சாரோட வீடு இருக்கு, ரொம்ப ஃபேமஸ், ஒரு டால் அபார்ட்மெண்ட், இது ஒரு ஃபேமஸ் அபார்ட்மெண்ட் இருக்கு, அதுல தான் சார் இருக்காங்க. அவர் சார் சொல்ற மாதிரி அந்த ஃப்ளோருக்கு மட்டும் நீங்க போனீங்கன்னா பார்த்தா ஃபுல்லா ஒரு மினி கார்டன் இருக்கு வீட்டு வாசல்லையே. So what he preaches, he follows. What he follows only he preaches. We can all try this in our life, in our style also.
So there's a question. There's a question in the chat
Questions or
box.
suggestions or
Please read,
ideas?
madam. Read, madam. Read, madam.
Yes, there's a question in the chat box. Which national tree helps reducing the pollution more?
No, I'll send you a list of, see, what I tell you, you ask some bigger. See, I'll give you, I send you a list of trees. It's called tree diversity is there. We should follow that. The trees itself, we have so many kinds of trees, like oxygen producing trees, shade giving trees, nitrogen fixing trees, and what do you call, even fence trees, flower trees, ornament. So I'll send the list to you. I'll tell you. Not only the oxygen trees are very important, I got at least 9 trees are there, but you must see also the space availability and all. So we give you a plan to you, and you can create a SHASTRA subject available land for, land. You can create a mini Amazon backyard there. That only thing you should follow is it should be diverse kind of species, plant species. Okay, I'll send you a list to you. Okay, then you ask me more about a larger question, larger issue.
Ask another question.
I can also tell you indoor plants.
Timeline for the tree challenge. One audience asked, sir. One participant.
What's
the time limit for the tree challenge?
Tree challenge. Okay, 30 days from today.
Yeah.
You do that.
Do you have any other questions?
No, you have to do like this. In the mobile, you have to say, I planted a tree. Okay, and entertain it. I challenge you to plant 5 trees and challenge. In turn, it's challenge 5 other. It goes like a chain.
Yeah,
and
during
you
his
challenge
last
your
visit before, during his last visit before Corona, in front of Chanakya Block MBA department, we planted trees. Students performed, as he said, performed music, singing, dancing, writing a Tamil beautiful poem. Everything they did, as sir has said, our SHASTRA students did, external students. Before Corona, it happened when he visited our campus.
Dr. Badri, in a slum, they had a Ghana song, the dance, and he said one fellow started dancing. I said only the person who planted the tree should dance. Everybody started dancing. I found this will click actually. There's a trigger point there. It will do that. Some people without fun, see, all of you know me, but Ajit and me together planted tree. Okay, at the time the tsunami came. The point is that the popular people should come forward and do that. Then only the message will reach. So you may challenge Ajit. If you any fans there, all of you do that together. You'll definitely.
Many of the Hollywood, Bollywood actors are fans of Mr. Nirmal sir. His challenge they accepted and they did. Many celebrities of India. So we'll also do from.
Yeah, Ragana is our chairperson. G.V. Prakash is the Green Ambassador for Temple. Another Sriram is Ambassador, and all of them are with us.
Yes.
But anyway, you start. I think you all get into some girl from a village writes to Prime Minister. He calls her. Why not you do that? Send one to President of India. Why didn't you? Any cricket fan? Send one to Imran Khan. Okay, I used to be a fan. Imran Khan and Wasim Akram and all. So you can. That's how we have to build bridges between India and Pakistan.
In fact, one last thing I want to say and close this program, that I was waiting for a very good team of faculty to take the student Exnora in a bigger level. I was doing with, but this time, for the first time in my SHASTRA's history of 19 years, I got a wonderful team, sir. I must, because it's the right time to place on record my appreciation, having your disciple. I got Dr. Suma Mohan. Can you please show your face? Dr. Suma Mohan, Dr. Sendil Visaga Ambi, Dr. Vinod, Dr. Vidya, all these wonderful faculty members, they all were doing wonderful jobs, sir, more than my expectation. In fact, I had our long dream in Shastra to keep a bird nesting station like to attract birds to Shastra. That is what my idea. Because a lot of peacocks are there around Shastra, but not even one is coming inside Shastra. So I thought we should do something, the bird feeding station. I just told to my colleagues, I told with my previous staff advisors, none of them implemented the idea. But for this year, when I said to Dr. Suma Mohan and Sendil, they converted my idea into real action. They built a beautiful bird the attraction station now. They kept water, seeds, everything, and students are now maintaining. 5 rupees, 10 rupees seed packets are available in our stores. Anyone can celebrate birthday or any important occasion by putting seeds and water in that bird station so as to attract the birds and all. This idea they implemented. And when I talked about this conference, virtual conference about this thing also, immediately they applied to SHASTRI Indo-Canadian grant, and we got 50,000 rupees for the today and tomorrow's exercise, in which we are supposed to spend 45,000 only for honorarium and 5,000 only for administrative expenditure and submit the report. So they applied for last 1 month. My colleagues, Visaga Ambi, Suma Mohan, they're really putting every effort possible on the earth to make this event successful. More than 500 people registered, but only as expected, 200 plus have turned up. Of course, 5:30 our college bus, some of them, and examination is happening now for the first year, last working day today. Exam, maybe some of them will not have attended. So I'm very happy to share the wonderful faculty members I got this year. Also my student volunteers, they are also this time I got a very vibrant team. So your vision, your mission, your dream to make the country clean, green and beautiful, I'm sure that my students of Shastra will take the mantle and they will take the torch and they will run fast. That's what I want to assure you as a closing remark of this first day of the session. And with this, thank you, sir. And over to Dr. Vidya, formal any word of thanks of the day. I think Dr. Vinod may be waiting. Who is proposing, Vidya? Dr. Vinod? I think
yes,
Dr. Vinod is supposed to.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
On behalf of Shastra students, ex-NORA, and the management of Shastra Deemed University, Tanjavur, I would like to express our wholehearted gratitude to Indo-Shastri Institute, New Delhi, for our generous funds that enable us to organize the bilateral conference. I extend our special thanks to Professor B. Hariharan, Vice President, Indo-Shastri Canadian Institute, New Delhi, who presided over the function. We also thank our speakers of the day, Padma Sri Damodaran, founder, Gramalaya, Dr. Shantanu Goswami, Asim Premji University, Bangalore, Professor Gondaraju from Bharati Dasan University, Trichy, and Mr. Nirmal, founder of ex-NORA International, for their valuable talks. Let me also thank all the participants from various institutions and Shastra, ex-NORA members and faculties for your active participation and support. We also thank Dr. Badrinath, Dean, School of Management and Corporate Relations, Shastra Deemed University, who is the convener of GWCE 2022, for his motivation and support. Finally, I extend my sincere thanks to students coordinators and committee members for making these first day sessions a grand success. Last but not least, I bow to God Almighty for his blessings on us. Hope you enjoyed today's session and look forward to see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Tomorrow also we have good speakers from India and the last 2 speakers from Canada. As per the agreement of this Indo-Shastri agreement, we need to invite 2 foreign speakers. So accordingly, we lined up. Considering the time zone difference, the country difference between Canada and India, we scheduled tomorrow evening the final 2 talks of the Canadian professors. So they will be delivering tomorrow evening lecture. And a very, very special thanks to Dr. Vidya and the other compere Gayatri for wonderfully comparing today's event, Master of Ceremonies. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day, sir. Ambi, sir, just raise your hand. Nirmal, sir.
I want
you,
to, your teammates can share their number.
Thank
you very much.
Your new successors can share their number. I'll share important, valuable information. The teachers
Sure,
are
sir.
going.
Thank you, sir. We will be happy to join.
Okay.
Now only monitor that, sir. You CPUs CPUs and batteries only a monitor. Thank you. Thank you all. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I can leave, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.